China's parliament. The National People's Congress is gathering for its annual meeting in Beijing. People's Congress consists of approximately 3,000 delegates, representing the country's 55 minority groups, as well as the majority Han Chinese. Officially, the National People's Congress is the top decision-making body and legislative assembly. It's also responsible for electing the country's president. 2/3 of the delegates belong to China's Communist Party. It's the world's largest political party and has held power for more than 60 years.
我曾经访问过一些东欧国家，接触过过去共产党的一些领导人，他们认为他们垮台就是因为他们的观念没有根据世界的变化发展。
Xie Chuntao teaches at the Central Party School in Beijing, where party elites are educated. He's editor-in-chief of a new book about the Chinese Communist Party. He has no doubts about why the party is still in power.
而中国共产党的成功最重要的在于中国共产党善于学习，包括学习西方国家很多对中国有用的东西。所以中国共产党自己的理论跟现在的很多共产党有很多不同。我认为这是中国共产党能够取得成功的最重要的一个方面。
The 3,000 delegates of the National People's Congress are not elected in general direct elections. Instead, most are appointed by regional and provincial assemblies, having first been approved by the Communist Party. Xinjiang in northwestern China is one of 5 autonomous regions. It's also one of China's most troubled areas, with conflicts between the Han Chinese and the Uyghurs, who form almost half of Xinjiang's 22 million inhabitants. One of the 60 delegates representing Xinjiang and the Uyghurs in the People's Congress is Dilina'a. Dilina'a is a professional dance instructor and belongs to the country's cultural elite. In 2003, she was appointed a member of the National People's Congress.
要看你多年的工作成绩，还有你的人品，还有你的工作能力，还要在大会上能够讲话，就是可以把我们这边的所有的问题呢，能够在会议上要讲得很清楚。第一，我代表全国的文艺工作者；第二呢，我也代表新疆的13个民族。以前我们去农村有些地方演出的时候呢，也有很多的就是贫困的农民。现在我去，就是最穷的农民也有很多只羊，还有很多亩地，自己种地种田。
Despite growing prosperity, there are conflicts between Uyghurs who seek independence and the more recently settled Han Chinese. In July 2009, violent rioting erupted in the capital Urumqi, and almost 200 people were killed. Many Uyghurs were jailed, and others fled the country. But Dilina'a dismisses the Uyghur demands for independence.
我认为是，这只不过是一部分的坏人想捣乱。我觉得可能他们也就是可能说的简单一点，他可能就想捣乱。
Dilinaer is not a member of the Communist Party, but she is a supporter of government policies, particularly economic policies inspired by the West. The Communist Party calls it socialism with Chinese characteristics and is attempting to combine socialism with a market economy.
I think it's quite compatible. We are pursuing a strategy of promoting socialist market economy. It boils down to the issue of how to strike a balance between fairness, social justice, and market competition to achieve the best result. That's the direction in which we are moving.
But this balance between social justice on one hand and a market economy on the other is hard to achieve. This is made apparent by the growing number of mass protests and demonstrations taking place throughout China every year. Professor Wang Hui is a well-known representative of a group of Marxists, one of two political currents in China with an influence on policy. They're called the New Left.
Because of these developments, the social clash and the conflicts will even more sometimes intensified. These two phases will be the double features of Chinese future in the next decades. This is my basic judgments.
The most common protests are against municipal appropriation of farmers' land. Although the state owns the land, the farmers have the right to cultivate it. Land is appropriated by the municipality, then sold to commercial companies at a high price. Farmers are sometimes poorly compensated. This village northwest of Shanghai will be demolished to make room for a state-run industrial plant.
这几十年了，老一辈人都执着了，几代人都执着了。
张不开，
张不开，再一个是
挂
不实，
挂好过满路。
啊，路整的。
臭呢，关键是臭。
改革回来现在好，比以前好了。
比以前好点。
以前那时候在一块儿后吃大锅饭，就过得混。现在你给这几分钱都回户里，个把个几整完一户里。 就是一直种都是麦子、玉米、豆子，啊，再果实，是吧？现在就是这村子户这个变化这个事，就是把地整以后就搬迁了，搬迁以后也盖小区，以后都没小区搬。但是这是你搬迁就是给你把过渡费给你，叫你造房的。 这造房一直还是房盖好以后，你才能买新房子办。以后是变化，人家看见以后变化更好。他小区盖好以后，人家就盖这个，他一个人有10个平方米买房的。你不管你做生意也好，不管你买租赁也好，反正家人也嫌怕，这是我想。哎，大部分人心情都不好，都不愿意搬。为啥不愿意搬？ 你给我放100分都，这年龄一大，分楼层太高。
长期走啊。
我们现在是水深火热，属于在那水深火热之中，知道不？正儿八经的。你看老面盖这家房子，老面现在盖了这么点房，知道不？哎，把老面就这么喜欢，老面盖家房又是这了又是那了的，没吃撵的死的巴啥的，你这看哈，哎，气的自杀，死的巴哈的，你这说，娃上学不得安宁，是啥都不得安宁，对不对？哎，喜欢在这喜欢的，那是老面可怜的很，老面呀，确实行，国家政策大局政策好着的，国家的大局政策确实好，但是到这个乡上。 到这个地方上，就给你跟那活生年轻娃给你撵下了，知道不？把我们挣的喜欢的，给你就把钱跟掏粪一样的，人不在乎的把钱把谁给你一断，没吃去，没吃活去，就直接搁你脖子上往死的掐的。
我感觉不好，上啊下啊的，没有啥就啥弄着着平好走，还是不习惯。那是这种人强逼人办，不办没办法。我哈，这就是变化，就是开放，把我变化解放了，不争气了，先生了。这还就是记长了以后，这好像再有办法搞个啥妇女之类。
担心现在都是以后退休以后，你想买楼房一般，光光这现在光这个费用。
Many of the protests in China are aimed precisely at this kind of economic development. When residents of this village called a protest meeting, police came and ended it.
Most of these mass incidents have to do with land expropriation in rural areas. It is something that is occurring in the process of urbanization. These mass incidents do not represent a real opposition to the current system of China. But if these incidents are not handled properly, they will cause big problem. And the government needs to take into account the legitimate interests of those involved when handling mass incidents.
Protests are just one of the signs of change in China. Another is that increasingly people are running as independent candidates in local elections for the Municipal People's Congress. An independent candidate has no party support, only voter support. Language professor Wu Qing has taken part in local politics in Beijing since the mid-1980s.
Some people say I'm against the party, against socialism, against this, against that. But I feel I survived the Cultural Revolution. There's nothing that I'm afraid of anymore.
Once a week, she meets with her constituents in a small office on the university campus.
I think, being a people's deputy, the most important thing is supervision, oversight. So you have to know the Constitution, the policies, laws very well. You should use the same yardstick to measure everybody. And the yardstick, the standard yardstick, would be the Constitution. Then that's fair. But I would say in terms of the Constitution, China has made progress, especially since 2004. Two very, very important concepts have been added to the Constitution. One is about human rights. Another point is about private property. Citizens' lawful private property is inviolable. I think these two are very important. According to the Constitution, the National People's Congress has the supreme power. And then also, in the Constitution, it says, no organization or individual is privileged to be beyond the Constitution or the law. And yet, the Chinese Communist Party is always above the Constitution. Even in the party's charter, it says the party should obey the Constitution. And yet, that's China. Even in the party, there's not enough oversight. So with absolute power, it produces absolute corruption. This is a big, big problem. But I'm confident with the future of China. Why? Because now more and more people are aware of their rights and they are fighting. They are standing up for their rights. And that's why I'm quite optimistic.
Corruption is one of the major problems facing Chinese society. It can be found at every level and has remained deeply rooted even during the last 3 decades of economic development. Professor Shi Youyu is a well-known liberal, representing another visible current in Chinese politics. Western observers compare them to social democrats. According to China's liberals, capitalism is a prerequisite for development. But they also want to see political reform.
中国把政治体制改革提到议事日程上的话，这是中国实现这种和平民主变革最好的方针。我自己的感觉就是，比方应该有言论自由，应该有思想自由，应该有信仰的自由。虽然我觉得现在这种希望很少，经常让我感到失望，但是从道理上来讲，我还是愿意提倡这种东西。只不过我在提倡的时候，这种期望值越来越小。
The right to free speech is something China's liberals, Marxists, and independents all emphasize. For them and for 500 million Chinese, the internet has become a vital way of expressing their opinions.
We need a space, public space, for the public debate and the discussion. That is very important. The media situation is not great. The first, we know that the censorship issue. But it's not only the censorship. Media, on the one hand, link with the power. Another is linked with the interest groups. They want to sensational, to making money.
In the summer of 2011, 2 of the country's new high-speed trains collided in a deadly crash that was embarrassing, to say the least, for the Chinese government.
After train accident happened, people didn't really respond so heavily initially, but some of the local internet users, they went there to cover, and they found that it's really horrible that the official of the train department, they direct the team to bury the whole train cabin, and they even didn't check exactly how many people still inside, or if they're still alive. So it caused a big anger and a big dispute online over this case, and this case becomes many people's, they're waking up.
Isaac Mao is one of China's most well-known bloggers. His organization aims to provide Chinese internet users with technical solutions to circumvent internet censorship.
We have the strong belief that we need technical improvements to bypass the censorship system, the technical system, so we enable people to know how to go through that. Not only those engineers, not only those geeks. We need the common people to have such kind of knowledge. But I don't believe that the China government will be able to disconnect the whole internet from the world. It's impossible.
Blogs and microblogs have become a sort of political platform. Here, one can say things which cannot be said anywhere else.
我是2006年的春天开始写佛课的，当时我是在北京日报工作。北京日报是属于一个党报， 很难自由的发言。当时我觉得我没有办法作为一个记者把我看到的一些真实的东西表达出来。我觉得博客是一个很好的平台，所以就开始写博客，而且名字呢取名叫做新闻背后的真实，就是新闻背后有很多的从报纸老百姓看到的，其实是跟我们记者所看到是不一样的。记者看到了很多没有办法讲出来。就是以前信息很封闭，像我在北京日报的时候，我连6·4的情况我都不知道。那个时候因为我90年代末进入北京日报，互联网刚刚兴起，是不普遍的、普及的。然后后来是通过互联网知道了很多很多的信息，哦，原来是这个样子的，知道了很多历史方面的信息，然后加上这么多的公共的意见领袖他们的一个传播，我觉得启蒙的作用是非常重要的。然后他就让你知道了一个真正好的制度是什么样子的。因为中国的互联网产业，它是作为经济一个很重要的经济部分，政府它是想发展它，因为这是会挣很多钱。发展互联网事业的话，会挣很多钱。那互联网的一部分就是言论的交流、信息的传播，所以它就控制不了，太大。其实完全不是政府不想控制，是因为控制不了，太多的用户、太多的网站、太多的信息。是一个很重要的一个动力，很重要的一个力量，去改变中国这现在不太好的一个状况的一个很重要的力量，还可以有希望。可能将来不管会变成什么样子，至少现在有一个公民社会的雏形，能够有一些人去敢说、敢于去行动、敢于去改变这个社会。我觉得至少是有这样一些希望的。
In China today, I believe the public plays very much the role of opposition in the West. The public is becoming increasingly influential. The public in China is becoming very independent in its judgment, and the government has to take public concern very seriously. We have had numerous cases in which initiative from the public has caused policy changes and adjustment by the government.
A country that's rich in history is also rich in stories. With 3,000 years of storytelling, essays, novels, and poetry, Chinese literature is considered among the world's oldest and richest. But even with such a strong literary tradition, images are taking over through television, the internet, and the movies. Today, China is a movie nation with huge ambitions. There's plenty of money, and many foreign directors film their movies in China. In Hengdian, not far from the old Chinese film metropolis of Shanghai, a Chinese Hollywood is being built.
来，我们再来一条啊！以心里想的作为心声来处理，你不说了，来，好，来。
The Chinese film industry is booming and is fraught with problems and has great potential. If you go to cinemas on weekends or not Tuesday, because Tuesday is half price, it's crowded. And that is a big change from, say, 15 years ago, when Chinese cinema was basically pronounced to be dead, because nobody was going to see any films, because people feel that you can get everything we want at home from television screens or computer screens. And that was a sea change. The very first sign of change came in 1994 when 10 big movies from Hollywood and some other countries were imported on a revenue-sharing basis. It's not like they were the very first foreign movies Chinese has seen. There were foreign movies before then. But starting from 1994, foreign movies were imported into China on a revenue-sharing basis, which means the more tickets are sold in China, the more the production companies outside China can get. Because before that, you went to the cinema to find an experience of art or to see a reflection of reality, but never as a consumer kind of experience.
One of the reasons foreign film directors want to come to China is Hengdian Wall Studios. It started with a farmer deciding to build a Chinese version of Hollywood in his village. Here you can find reconstructions of parts of Hong Kong and Shanghai as they were in the 1930s. Hengdian is also a tourist attraction.
早上是8点练功的，10点半开始演出，然后中午就可以吃饭了。下午1点半还有一场，其他时间都是练功，练到5点。有很多剧组需要杂技，我们就有可能去参加。有《叶问2》，还有《新还珠》都有我们去参加的。拍《功夫之王》的时候，像成龙、李连杰他们都可以看到的。在这里可以看到好多明星的。
What's special about Hengdian is that founder of this group, he invested a lot of money in the late 1990s in this place, and he waived the fees for filmmakers and also television drama series makers to make films there. Instead, he makes money from tourists. If you look at his project, say 15 years ago, this guy was crazy to come up with such a plan. It's like, I want to build a Hollywood from scratch. And this guy stick on, and right now he has the economy of scale because he can attract the most crews.
那么，如果用3个词来描述中国电影市场近几年的发展，首先第一就是这个爆发，第二就是这个融合，第三就是创新。那么02年来看的话，就是当年我们的这个票房收入也是不到2个亿左右。对，那么根据现在的一个发展速度来看的话，我们想达到今年已经超过130个亿。那么在终端荧幕方面的话，在02年的时候，中国才首次提出这个院线制影院的这样一个概念。对，那么像当年中国所有的荧幕影院加起来的话，可能也就在1-2千块这样的一个荧幕数据。那么像截止到最新的2011年，不到10年的时间，我们的增长速度已经将近10倍的这个终端荧幕，也是这样的一个比例数据在递归增长。那么像近几年呢，伴随着中国整个电影业的发展，我们现在也是看到了非常多的一些新兴的类型电影题材。那么包括我们现在看到的《非常完美》，这个也是描述中国这个当代爱情故事，然后和韩国合拍的这样一部影片。那么这部影片呢，也是得到了非常多中国年轻电影观众的一个欢迎和认可。
Eva Jin is one of China's most prominent female film directors. Her romantic comedy, Sophie's Revenge, earned more than $16 million.
2000, I went to U.S. to study film in FSU, Florida State University. So after I graduated, I went to Los Angeles for a couple years because I had this dream, every filmmaker's dream, want to be a Hollywood director one day. I got some calls from China. There's some Chinese producers asked me to come back to make features, Chinese feature. By then, there's not that many successful romantic comedy because in China, the genre film is still very young. sometimes they mix up the genre. So, they don't know how to sell different genres of movies. So I thought, wow, it's a romantic comedy. It's pure commercial. It must be like a good chance to make it.
我要向全天下失恋的人们证明，被夺走的爱人是可以通过科学的方法抢回来的。
Warner Brother China actually interested to making it. They gave to Zhang Ziyi, let her read it, and she fell in love with the character and liked the script. So that's how we started. It's very simple. It's just like everyone else told me when I in LA, just say, write a good script. If the movie star like it, they want in, and you get your movie. I think in US, if you say, I want to make an action movie, they will say no. They only want you to make what you already made. But in China now, I think the investor and producer more open-minded. They're like, yeah, anything you want to do.
我们现在正在拍《喋血胶东》，就是一部近代戏，是抗日题材的。我之前拍过《赤壁》，还有一些电影挺多，《十月围城》，跟甄子丹一起拍的。我们团队大约有15个人，但是呢，我们团队现在人手还不是很足，因为现在我们这部戏女的戏比较多一点。因为我现在身体比较小，然后我一般替女人比较多一些，就替女的去打戏。我们现在还需要几个女的替身演员，但是呢，女的替身演员在现在因为在横店拍戏的特别多，然后女替特别少。
The extreme success of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon really opened the doors for a lot of Chinese filmmakers to let them know that if you do your movies really well, not only can you be successful in China on your own home turf, you can also be accepted by a worldwide audience, and that's really important. And so Ang Lee is an icon that did something totally unimaginable to a lot of people. And Zhang Yimou followed suit with his Hero, which is also a martial arts movie with a lot of spectacles and lots of money in marketing and promotion. So that's a new road. That was totally a new road for Chinese films. We have tons of stories because we have a long history. We have 5,000 years of civilization. We have, in absolute terms, we have many, many more wonderful stories than the United States. It's the inability of our filmmakers to mine this rich field for good stories. It's the inability of them to tell these good stories in a language that can be understood by everyone in the world. The Chinese film industry in the next 10 years or so may become the second biggest or even rival the US market, the North American market in absolute terms, not per capita terms. That's all possible, but another possibility is the bubble busting.
So far, Chinese films have brought in a lot of money. Popular movie topics are the literary classics. For example, Dream of the Red Chamber. The dramatic events in China's modern history before, during, and after the Chinese Revolution also inspire filmmakers. And many films are based on contemporary literature. Take, for example, a 2011 film called Love for Life. The film is based on a novel by Yang Lianke, who recounts the AIDS catastrophe in Henan province in the mid-1990s, and hundreds of thousands of farmers were infected with HIV through blood transfusions.
也是这一天，鹅也结婚了，就在山的另一边，要带鹅到很远的县城里。
Yan Lianke is one of China's most respected authors, whose work includes a series of novels and short stories. His work has been translated into many languages. Love for Life is a highly acclaimed film, but the book it's based on cannot be sold in China.
原来我说到的艾滋病村去看的时候，你去过10几次，也花了很多钱，在那里做了很多工作。当然那里的情况要远远比我的小说中写的悲惨的多。但今天这样的样子，它仍然被禁掉了。禁掉的话，他没有讲为什么禁它。当然，比如说，因为这本书和出版部门还有一场官司，从那场打官司的时候，你才知道，是认为这样一部书泄露了国家的机密。但是这很荒诞了。今天中国的审查并不像大家想象的那么严重，更严重的是中国作家的自我审查。每一个作家在写作之前，在虚构构思之前，在动笔之前，他都会去考虑这个可以不可以写，那个写不写能够出版。那么这种讲，他是用了几十年时间灌入了每一个作家的血液中，不是几天时间、几年时间，而是几十年时间。
The book is set in Ding village in the impoverished Henan province, where the author was born and raised in the mid-1950s. His parents, who were farmers, could neither read nor write.
我最初的写作可能是非常荒诞滑稽的一件事情。在你初中的时候，应该在15、16岁、16、17岁的时候，大量阅读了那时候唯一可以阅读到中国的红色革命经典小说。那时候你朝思暮想一件事情，就是逃离土地，不做农民，到城里去，要做一个每个月都能领到工资，到吃饭的时候敲着碗就可以到食堂去吃饭的人，这是你一生最大最大的梦想。当然，非常偶然的时候，你看到中国一个作家，女作家、知青作家，在黑龙江那边，她因为写了一部小说到城里去了。那你想写一部小说就可以到城里去，那我为什么我不写一本书呢？就如此简单，你就开始在煤油灯下坚持2年时间去写作了。
Yan Lianke has lived in Beijing for many years. Right now, he's in the process of moving, because his house is to be demolished to make room for an even taller building. A part of China's large peasant population has in 3 decades taken an economic leap. From rural poverty to a consumer society in the newly built big cities. A process not lacking in the absurd, something which is a cherished topic for Yan Lianke. His writing is classified as magical realism, and not without reason. The critically acclaimed and award-winning novel, Lenin's Kisses, is referred to by many as China's own 100 Years of Solitude.
中国的现实对一个作家来说，在全世界来说，可能是最好的一个时期。我一再讲，现实中的生活之荒诞之复杂，那远远超出世界所有文学作品的虚构性。但是对一个老百姓来说，我并不认为这个国家可能是最理想的国家。在那部小说中，你写到可以把列宁的遗体从俄罗斯买回来，然后放到这里可以挣很多很多的钱。
但是中国人每一个人今天到天安门广场走一走，看到毛主席纪念堂门前排出长长的队伍，无论他认同不认同、承认不承认，会有很多人的脑子里在一闪念之间想到的时候，这一天要卖多少钱？如果买门票的话。
Many of China's contemporary writers get their inspiration from the Cultural Revolution between 1966 and 1976. But two topics are taboo: the protests in Tiananmen Square in Beijing on June 4th, 1989, and the Great Leap Forward at the end of the 1950s, when China was aiming for rapid industrialization. Yan Lianke breaks this taboo with his 2011 novel, The Four Books. In it, he writes about the catastrophic consequences of the Great Leap Forward, which led to over 30 million people dying from starvation.
而且我特别相信四书也是在我其他作品中，比如说《日光流年》，比如说《坚硬如水》，比如《收获》，在今天中国当代文学，大家都会把它当成一种经典，不断的再版，去看它，去讨论它，去评论它。四书可能算不得进，它也就没有出，但它可能是更大的进，让你出的可能性都没有。但我为写出这样的书，我感到欣慰，因为毕竟在我的有生之年，我做到了，我想怎么写就怎么写。
It was in the 1980s, after the Cultural Revolution, that modern Chinese literature began to take shape. During the Cultural Revolution, schools and universities were closed, and literary fiction was not held in high esteem. After that, China needed an educational initiative to help develop the country. Textbooks and fiction flourished. But today, the interest in fiction seems to have waned.
开书店是比较艰难的一件事儿。现在读书的人，他毕竟不像你要比起来，不像中国70年代上个世纪70、80年代，那时候那读者买书的人都排队。现在呢，就不是那个状况。一个是读书的人相对那个时代少了，还有一个就是网络对实体书店的冲击。
More and more Chinese readers are going online because it's here that the new books, new writers, and the literary debate can be found. But Beijing literary blogger Liu Ming is pessimistic about the new generation.
80年代它是非常重要的。 全民都看书，然后看哲学、看文学的东西，然后很多人在写，很多人在研究，然后当时的大学生可能也是每天都很关注这些东西，对一些文学作品如数家珍。现在大学生肯定就不关注这个东西了。现在可以牵扯你经历的东西太多了呀，比如说我可以上网，我可以出去旅游，或者是我能做的选择多了，而且可能也是媒体的作用，它会让大家把注意力从书上拿走。
One of the young authors Liu Ming blogs about is Jiangfang Zhou.
我经常为中国文学忧心忡忡，辗转反侧，难以入睡。就因为大家中国有句话说“江山不幸诗人幸”，但是我一直想，在中国为什么没有这样的情况呢？
Jiangfang Zhou is very well known. 2.5 million readers follow her microblog. At the age of 22, she's already written several books. She wrote her first one at the tender age of 9.
我妈她是一个比较失败的一个文学女青年，她在生了我之后就很少再写东西，所以就自然而然的想让我延续她未尽的梦想之类的。所以可能我6岁不到7岁的时候，然后她就骗我说法律规定中国小学生必须在毕业之前出版一本书，要不然就会被抓走。
Today, she studies journalism at the prestigious Tsinghua University in Beijing. She has her own column in the magazine New Weekly, where she also writes editorials.
Hi. 我今天看学校是不是有官员来什么的呀？
哦，是那个外宣人才培训班吧？
是什么意思？
他那个估计就是把可能各个地方的政府的地方官员把他叫过来，然后做一个那种宣传之类的培训啊，然后其实到时候会。
走了，以后再聊。就很多人觉得我是年轻的公共知识分子，所以你大家会有意无意的会要求你对一些公共事务去发言，但是我总是觉得这种东西还是或多或少的绑架着你。我真正还是想做一个小说家，或者是一个把写作完全是自由的一个状态。
Zhang Fangzhou is currently working on a new novel. She now finds herself unable to resist looking back. This young writer is trying to process the history of the People's Republic of China.
然后我有一天会忽然发现，可能我读的历史书都是错的，我的历史观是错的，所以就有了一个这个新的小说的一个想法。
没错，有还有苹果一大瓶水。
你出生在这里，你就必须在这里生活，面对这些生存，尽可能去改变一点什么。我谈不出对这个国家的任何看法，但我只是觉得，今天中国的现实对一个作家来说，到了一个最好的写作时期。